when I first started to the standard now is huge.
Yeah.
The standard is absolutely massive. You know, what you see some of the youngsters competing and doing what they do today, you would never dream of doing, you know, years ago.
Yeah.
Only the daring top ones would do stuff. You know, like for instance, you know, like semi-contact, the point scoring you've got in like continuous, you know, where it continuously keeps going the point scoring, and you see a competitor stood there just on one leg. That would never happen in my day, because you just knew you'd just get bowled over. Where obviously the rules are now set that you can't just dive in and just literally sweep somebody and just.
Yeah.
The rules are still there, but because the standard has gone up, you can't do it now.
Yeah. Because
you know you're just going to get scored against.
Yeah.
If you just rush in, you're going to get scored, because the kicking abilities of some of the competitors now is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And then when you were competing, and I had been team manager of Yarm Martial Arts and going around and watching others, I just thought the standard was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, watching, you know, I was thinking, God, these guys could, you know, at my time could certainly be at the top level. You know, but there is such a depth now in martial arts where there wasn't when I first did it. Now there's such a depth, because a lot of people are doing martial arts now, and there is quite a lot competing. You know, where we said at the beginning of this conversation, where I said you know, there's only an element, but because there's that many people doing martial arts now, obviously that small percentage has grown. Yeah. But in terms, it's still the same. The percentage is still the same. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3% want to compete. Yeah. But because it looks, there's more people competing in competition. No, it's because we've opened up martial arts.
Saturated.
It's more saturated. Yeah. There's more people doing martial arts. Yeah. Do you know? Which is benefit the community, benefit for everybody. Well, that's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, and I agree to that, to be honest.
You know, because there's no other. Yes, all the other sports all offer the same thing, but it's the physical well-being and the mental well-being of the individual if they're working and training, and that goes for all sports, not just martial arts. But a lot of people do. I do find sometimes, while we're all talking about competition here and our experiences, basically, you know, I do find that a lot of the youngers think martial arts is all sport.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
You know, they don't get the concept of it's actually an all-round thing, and it's about a lifelong journey. I mean, last competition was at, talking to some of the guys who I competed with, we had a little discussion at the end of our competition and said, you know, because obviously it was in the Masters, competing in the Masters, but basically the same conversation we said, you know, how many of these youngsters, because it was literally just 90% youngsters, and we said, how many of these youngsters will still be training when they get to our age? And we all looked at it, says, maybe 1, maybe 2 max, and that's the difference. Yeah. Where my generation, you train, guys who I trained with are still training. Yeah. You know, they're still around, they've got their own clubs, they're still training. Where now you know a lot of children who we teach will do martial arts up to 17, 18.
Yeah, and then
just sort of the life gets in the way and they stop.
Yeah. So it's just like a football, just like someone who would train football at school or something. Yeah. Like be part of the school football team or the rugby team or tennis team or something like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe they do it at university, part of their university club or something. Yeah. But then beyond that, they do it on weekends, maybe occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah.
But don't properly get back into it. It's a similar concept.
Yeah,
with
it's
us,
a similar concept. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same. You go to a competition, no matter where you go around the country, it is 90% children. Yeah. Very rarely do you get an adult section. You might get small amounts, and it's similar to what happened with the Masters. You know, same experience you had. Yeah. You know, I came third in the British Championship, but there was only 6 of us. You know, competing, and it was on a repechage that I got into the semi-finals. Yeah. You know, but it wasn't about the medal. It was about the enjoyment of actually going back competing.
Exactly.
After 20 years of not competing and actually and I only did it to help one of the kickboxers who wanted to have experiences. Yeah. And that was early when I had to do that. But I loved it, thoroughly loved it. But to commit to it, to do it properly, my mindset was always the same. Is if you're going to commit to it, it's totally different to just coming and training. It's a different avenue. It's same as yourself, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, with the guys from Peterloo took it on board. Yeah. You know, it would never have happened, did it?
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. I wouldn't have had the opportunity if I just stayed here because we don't do that. It's just not what our academy does, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah. It's just it's just the different kind of academy that we are.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see the previous one, simply click the video above. And if you want to see the playlist for my journey, simply click this video below. And then from there, guys, if you want to see more videos about everything that's happening on the Yarm Martial Arts YouTube channel, simply subscribe, guys. And we look forward to seeing you watching our videos. Take care now. Have a great day. All the best.